Dirk, thanks very much for joining us today. So I kind of first noticed Völkel when you were working obviously with Valad, Blackstone, Cerberus. So maybe just tell us a little bit more about the company and where you are at the moment, Dirk.
Yes, fine. We founded the company in 2004 and grew pretty quickly because we were introduced to one of the big boys in the market. We helped them buying a portfolio of finally 750 million euros and 75 properties. And one of these properties was sold to another investor and we were recommended, so that was the start of everything.
So you're obviously looking at investments, your own investments in your funds in Germany. Are you also working alongside international investors and domestic investors?
Yes, especially in retail business. 60% of the actual portfolio is retail, where we manage from the small discounter up to the big box shopping center with our own shopping center management. And the strategy indeed for us is to extend the asset management component because of our knowledge and long-term experience in the market.
It sounds from your sort of portfolio of assets that actually you've got very large, very small assets together. How complex is that for asset management?
Of course it's complex. It's very small properties indeed, and it's very big boxes. The biggest asset is 150 million euros of value. And of course you need an ideal software solution as a management tool, as a database to manage a portfolio with such a big number of properties.
What do you need within that, and is that led by your needs, your clients' needs? What enables you to make the decision about how you use that technology?
Yes. It's indeed both. I think the investor needs, of course, investment advice, management advice, but we also need the normal, let's say, property management tools and what is required for that. For our own portfolio, we use Yardi.
Where's the benefit for you? Is it in terms of maximizing your returns on those assets, managing the data in terms of transparency, or is it as much about client servicing?
Yardi is quite complex, so you have to do a lot of input into Yardi, but the output is great then. It's a connected system where you have the normal lease management, property management. You have the bookkeeping integrated, but you also can do your business plans, budgets, service charge reconciliations, and there's also an investment management tool. Let's say for the higher level strategies, you can do your scenarios and forecasts and things like that, and all in one software. And this is what is great to me. That's useful for either the investor and at the same time for the manager, let's say on the ground. You have a lot of reporting. You can select between, I think, 100 of different reportings, and you also can generate your own reporting because there's a list generator which you can use for that. It's beneficial to me that you have one database everyone has access to, even to show complex structures like several holding companies, a lot of properties, a lot of propcos in one software. And finally, it's web hosted, which is important. You don't have to worry about any kind of service because that happens overnight. You don't recognize that. You have real-time access from everywhere in the world because it is web-based.
Do you see an advantage for that in terms of maximizing your returns on your assets?
Well, for us personally, of course, it's growing our business. A lot of international investors use Yardi already, and the number is quickly growing. And this is definitely an advantage for us because we can tell global investors we already are familiar with Yardi. And I think that is definitely beneficial also for our marketing.
You've obviously come as a company, given that you were founded a relatively short period of time ago. You've come a long way and you're looking to double assets under management in a relatively short space of time. At the moment, you're focused on the German market. Are you already active in other markets? Are you intending to move outside of Germany?
Yes. Well, we already worked for 3 years in Switzerland, so the German-speaking market definitely is interesting for us. So our network also works in Switzerland and also works in Austria. But of course, Germany is a great market with a lot of attention by investors. So of course, it remains the main market.
Good. Well, look, Dirk, thank you very much for joining us here today and explaining a little more about the company and the strategy. And I look forward to seeing how that growth strategy develops over the next couple of years.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Richard.